know what we should talk about right now is that new doc. You guys heard about this new doc coming out?
Speaking of...
what doc?
Children.
It's just generally, it goes into like how predators groom different children and
Okay.
kind of like how they could be separated from their families and brought to, places that might be called Neverland Ranch.
Put a name on it. Put a name on it, because I'm about to go off, and I don't know if this is right. This is the thing. Go put a name on it.
No, I have not seen the documentary,
about?
but I'm talking about the new Michael Jackson documentary.
Okay. All right. Can I just say, this is the thing. Like, I don't want to make, if this is true, if it's true, I wasn't there. I don't want to make people feel that, like, what they have gone through, if it is true, like, I don't want them to feel that their, like, voice isn't being heard. I will say this is the first time out of all the, like, the years that, like, Michael Jackson had a time to, like, honestly say this was, like, the vibe. Like, I didn't do this. Now we live in a time where, like, the Me Too movement and everything's going on. Like, people are able to say their claim, too. Like, we live in a social media world. This is the problem that I have with everything that's going on. Yo, I've been watching murder mysteries for, like, the past month, and the FBI seems to know everything. So if the FBI does a 10-year investigation on your ass, your black white ass, Michael Jackson, and they don't find any evidence, what the f*** do you want? Like, what is it? This is the thing. There's evidence against R. Kelly. Like, he's in a tape. He's in a tape. But there's more beyond that. There's more. I don't know. I don't want to say, like, this did not happen. I don't want to say that I don't feel that it did. Not only because I'm a fan, Michael Jackson was open for his love for children. He was always like, yo, I love this. I love kids. I love them. You can share your bed. Like, anybody that's trying not to, like, share their bed or, like, chill with children would honestly be like, I don't like kids. R. Kelly ass. That's what he said. I don't like kids.
Well,
like, no.
R. Kelly doesn't go for the kids.
Yes,
Goes for the teens.
It's kids. No more kids. No more kids.
They're
At the end of the
kids.
day, those are kids. But this is the thing. When there's a 10-year investigation on you from the FBI and they find no evidence whatsoever, it's just hard for me to believe that it's actually accurate. And then some of the people involved within the case, man, like, when it comes down to it, like, I'm cool with, like, some of the Jacksons, too. And, like, beyond me being cool with them, like, it's certain people that are coming out with these claims that are kind of, like, fraudulent. And, like, people that have said, like, in his, like, last trial... He
doesn't want to be here anymore. He hurts.
Somebody else talk.
Take it.
I mean, this also
nice.
becomes a problem of, like, everybody's truths, right?
Yeah.
Because, obviously Michael Jackson had a very large impact on a lot of people, including yourself.
Say it again.
Michael Jackson he had a great impact on a lot of people.
Thank you.
Oh, you added great that time.
That was good.
But look, you can do a lot of great things and still do some pretty reprehensible things as well.
I'll give you that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we can all agree Michael Jackson will always be the king of pop. Mm-hmm. He's created amazing things.
Had to show my eyes. Let's go.
But
You think he did it, is what you're saying. No, you're just
look,
say it.
the only people that know the truth are him and those people that were kids back then.
Man, all I'm saying is the FBI they strong. If you watch these murder mysteries, Forensic Files on Netflix, man, I watched the whole thing. And every time they come with man, they know
Okay, so what about the kid?
Keith.
There's one kid,
God.
I think his name is Jordan Chandler.
I've not watched it yet.
Okay.
So I
haven't watched
can't.
it
So this was a kid that he settled out of court. So they reached a settlement, and he was able to describe the markings on the bottom of Michael Jackson's genitalia, and those markings matched his genitalia.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I wasn't there. So
Yeah, I mean,
So that's like one of those things where it's like, okay, so that matched. Why would a child know what the underside of Michael Jackson's penis looked like? Could it have been a good guess? Maybe, but the whole thing was Michael Jackson had vitiligo. So
he said he had a spot or something.
yeah, because vitiligo is the skin condition. Where
I
you
know
get
what
yeah.
it is.
So he was able to describe the markings. So
Yeah.
that
They're
was
very
like
specific markings.
a whoa
It's
kind of moment.
the Metro map from New York. His markings are very specific.
I'm sorry,
The
Keith.
C train goes from his scrotum.
How much
to
longer
the
do we have?
They actually don't
circumcision
talk about. I don't think they even talk about it in the doc. I watched the doc, and
You
then
watched
I think
it?
yeah.
There were 2 parts. So
Yeah.
What is?
do you watch
yeah.
both?
What's your opinion after
Yeah.
watching it?
I think. I mean, honestly, we'll never know the truth. That's the thing. Am I willing to just give MJ a pass? No. Mm-hmm. Like I do believe. I mean, I think what we can all agree on is those parents.
Oh,
Those parents, like Michael Jackson. Maybe he did it. Maybe he didn't.
No.
Maybe the kids lied. Maybe they didn't. But those parents, I think we could all agree, are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were like, yeah, he's Michael Jackson. It'll be great for his career. So, sure, you could sleep in a bed with him for 9 months.
Man, let's not blame the parents. Let's not blame.
No, let's blame the parents.
No, this is the thing. I'm not here to blame anybody other than if it happened, the person that did it. I don't
the
believe he did
perpetrator.
it. Yeah, like let's go to where it
Yeah.
actually is.
But the
Because
thing is, like,
you get to a place where you trust. You trust. Like, you know what I mean? If your kid's in the entertainment business, if you go hang out with Michael Jackson, the biggest entertainer alive, like it's certain things like that. I'm not saying that it's excusable for the parents to do what they did, but beyond that, let's put the blame where it deserves to be put when the wrong has been done, if the wrong was done.
I guess
Right.
from
You
that
know?
perspective, you're kind of right. Like the victims are in some. I mean,
Yeah.
the parents are in some degree
think
victims
these
because
pe-
they were groomed too.
Do you
to,
think these
to
parents
actually,
are
like,
actually-
hand over their children
Do you
to a
think the-
degree?
do
But
you-
sorry.
This is the thing. Y'all talking about Michael. Y'all not ain't about to look. I will interrupt you every time.
No, go for it. I just wanted to comment on you talking about the FBI. Like I get you. Like they definitely investigated. But this is my issue. Like Harvey Weinstein, the entire Catholic Church. The 2008 market crash. No one gets arrested. Like the FBI is out here like catching people they want to catch. And if you're literally not only like a multimillionaire, but the most important person on the planet, who's to say not only can you possibly get out of the FBI, but you can just pay witnesses to lie?
Yes, but there was no evidence. The FBI has no evidence. The FBI, and
I'm
I'm telling you,
uneducated on
watch
it, so.
Forensic Files. I'm telling you, Forensic Files. I don't watch movies on Netflix. Let's just be clear. I don't watch movies on Netflix. I watch Forensic Files. So it's always like, yeah, and then he killed her, and then yeah, and then it's like I'm telling you, that's Forensic Files. For
Is that the
ass-
one where they'd solve it in 48 hours?
Oh my God, that's 48 hours.
That's 48 hours.
That's 48 hours. This is Forensic Files. This is
Yeah.
this may be a 10-year span. This may be a 1-day span. Like it's all of that.
This all happened in 39 seconds.
Do you have final thoughts about, or do you think you've said your piece?
I said my piece. When the FBI come up with more like, I don't want to, hold on. Let me bring it back. I don't want to come off that way because that energy is not what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not really who you are.
That's not who I am. And when it comes down to it, like with things that I've gone through growing up and just like life situations in life, whatever, not to go into it too deep, when it comes down to it, like you don't want to not believe people and what they've gone through and what has happened to them. But I will say and I hate to say about Forensic Files, these they got evidence. They had no evidence on Michael, and that just messes me up. That's just like, yo, once they get evidence, once the FBI get evidence, and this is when I bring it back to that energy. Once the FBI gets evidence, then I will be like, okay. But until then, like, you don't have a 10-year investigation. It don't take that long, unless like you got. He ain't do it. Period. Fight me.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's highlight clip. If you want to listen to the full audio episode, it's available now wherever podcasts are found, or you can click the links below. The full video episode comes out Friday, so be sure to subscribe to the SmoshCast channel to catch it there. And if you want to watch the most recent full video episode on the SmoshCast channel, all you have to do is click that box on the right. Wow, so many things to do. I love you. Goodbye.